special. We may as well start with Chris Shivers, the 2000 world champion.
Well, you know, he may be the most fun to watch out of all the guys that we profile, but Chris Shivers, you can look at him, he's just a kid. Here is a guy that's the champion of the world. Watch him ride Prince Charming. There is no fixed place to be in the bull riding business. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of animation, and that's just the way he rides. This bull jumping, kicking, see his feet moving in and out, his free hand, he's just floating, but one constant, his eyes, never lost sight of that bull. 94-point bull ride, and Chris Shivers has got the energy to get it done and to keep it going. The reason he's 90 points, you can watch him on a different style of bull. Jump out there, crank it back to the left and spin it. See where he's going with his body? Look at his free hand. Even when the bull is smooth, he's making it look wilder than a March hare. The guy can just ride. He's got a lot of energy.
Is there his size? Is there a perfect size for a bull rider? You hear that a lot about Chris Shivers.
Well, you know, I mean, he's 5'4". I mean, I think maybe he's one guy that I might be a little taller than. But to me, he's the right size. Basically, a bull rider's 5'8", 150 pounds. If you're within 4 inches and 10 pounds of that, you've got the right kind of build. He stays up on his rope, wins another event. But the one constant, you know, these guys never lose sight of the animal and what's under the left shirt pocket. It's called heart. You watch it. Here's a guy that's not intimidated. Bull been ridden once or twice. Everybody's saying, well, is this bull going to fit you? He doesn't know, but he gets on, he keeps that bull right in the crosshairs. He's got him going free hand, feet, body, but mainly it's just determination. That's a 96.5-point ride, man.
I think 34 times during the years we watched him on Dillinger, Chris was in the 90-point range.
Look at this bull buck. I mean, nothing prepares you for something like this. An animal weighing 2,000 pounds to be able to do the things, making these kind of turns. Now what? Pop his hand out of the rope. Watch Chris. Now watch him on the ground, moving, getting a little love tap right there, but the guy's just doing it. Watch this ride on locomotive breath now. 93 points worth. He's coming left. Chris knows it. He's got a trap set, but this bull can ride you in and out. Now watch the bull fade. He changes direction. He does everything that he can do, and Chris Shivers, just like a tick, dog on a June bug, just right there. What a nice ride.
That's on locomotive breath. We have one more. This one's 93.5 points on locomotive breath.
You watch the bull. The bull tries just as hard this trip. He probably knows that it's Chris Shivers. He's on there, riding good. He got back off his rope just a little bit. Now watch the bull jump out of it and let him get off. I mean, the whistle blows, another 90-something ride, and Chris Shivers down after the money down. I mean, the guy's incredible, and doesn't look like he's going to stop anytime soon.
Now let's talk about a contrast in styles. Everybody knows the name Ty Murray. They talk about maybe the best rodeo cowboy ever, but when it comes to bull riding, he's been a world champion bull rider. Donnie, let's talk about Ty and his style.
Well, his style is just excellent athlete. Ty Murray is probably in better condition than any of the people out, except maybe this year Adriano giving him a push. I think he's seen the longevity of Ty. I mean, he had 2 shoulder surgeries, 2 knee surgeries, but look at him, staying up on his rope on sports machine. This just isn't done. Bull been ridden 2 times in 3 years, Ty Murray being one of them. That makes a great ride, but the guy is never out of shape. Watch him ride Palace Station Express. This is one of the prettier bull rides in all of last year. See his free hand?
Yes.
When the timing is there, Ty Murray is unstoppable. He can get into a spot to where he falls back into maybe his bareback riding style and gets to straining a little bit, and he'll buck off bulls going to the left away from his hands. But when Ty Murray's ride, it doesn't, as long as they don't go end over end, he can ride them. But when you got one that's just going to turn back into his office, right into that right riding hand, Ty Murray is just as tough, because he'd like to be able to just stick his chest out and show the bull that he's tougher than the bull. Ty Murray, you know, he gets in trouble doing that sometimes. And I've always called it playing big gun with a cat pistol. Sometimes you're just not going to be tougher than those bulls, and Ty Murray just refuses to believe that.
And we saw his foot on that last one as we watch him on Smoke Ring, 91 points. Just keep moving up, working with the bull. Different type of bull right here.
Well, he keeps, there again, see the eyes? He has the bull dead in his sights. He's moving around. It doesn't make any difference what the bull does. Ty Murray is going with him. You can't really set a trap. And you have to get off good to maintain your advantage, because you got to stay healthy. I want you to watch him ride Red Bull. I want you to look at his head the whole time. It never comes up. His feet kick out, his free hand flies loose, bull changes, goes the other direction, but look at his head, his eyes fixed on that bull, free hand coming around, and when he's riding like that, he rides as good as anybody has ever ridden bulls in the history of bull riding, Dan.
And the other thing about Ty Murray, we saw that number 2 on his back. Believe me, he wants that.
He hates it. He just, he like, you know, I'm sure he thinks about burning that thing.
Now
the one.
When we talk about styles, now we're going to talk about Ross Coleman. And a lot of people say, well, maybe this is the next Tough Hedeman, because when you talk about Ty's natural gifts, he doesn't have it. The size of Chris Shivers, he doesn't have that. Let's take a look at Ross Coleman.
Well, Ross Coleman is a guy, what he has is attitude. Tough Hedeman, the one thing he says about Ross Coleman is, kid, you are gonna be a stud. I mean, this guy, he's too tall. You know, I said to somebody the other day at a rodeo, I said, isn't it a shame that this boy's too big to ride bulls and bucking horses in the rodeo arena? Well, when you can try like you just saw him ride Freckles, he can ride anywhere he wants to. Ross Coleman, he rides Slam Jam. The bull's going to turn back into his hand. Now, you think, well, he's going to stretch him out. You know, he's too tall. He can't move his body around there. Well, he might be a little tall, but he weighs 165 pounds, maybe 170. The bull weighs 1750. No way a 1,700-pound bull is going to move faster than a 160-pound man. It's mathematically impossible, although sometimes they can throw you off so hard and make you think they can.
Watch this on Trick or Treat.
Well, now this is a veteran bull, and I really didn't think he could ride him. I mean, he's got him into his hand, got him set over there, and then nearly kicked his head off right there. But Ross Coleman, the one thing he doesn't do is ever quit. Watch him come right back and then Moody Blue. When you're riding well, look here, round to the left. This is away from his hand. His feet came out. You thought, well, he's going to buck off. No, bull reverses the spin, trying to get him. See where his eyes are? That's the one constant. You have everything going. You keep it all in front of you. But remember what's under that left shirt pocket. That, in the end, is what's going to separate the men from the boys. That's that heart I'm talking about.
And I've heard you and Tough talk many times about that, Donnie, the fact that he loves it, just loves the sport.
Well, this is the one thing that you can be aggressive all the time. You don't have to wait on your teammates. You don't have to wait on the snap of the football. When they open the gate, you can be aggressive. Look at him spurring this bull right here, Alien, Scotty Lovelace said, now watch this. He doesn't have to do this. He's doing this simply because he is absolutely fired up. I mean, he is going 90 to nothing, and Ross Coleman can't wait to get on his next one.
Here's the last one. Let's take a look at Whiskey, 91-point ride.
This bull has knocked about 5 guys out, whipped them down on the horns and just knocked their teeth out. Ross Coleman just rides this bull. Made him actually look like a great draw.
Ross Coleman, we've talked about him a lot. You're going to hear his name a lot more. He picked up 2 wins on the tour last year. Certainly one of the bull riders of the future. We're going to take a break. Well, we're back, and remember, we're talking styles, bull riding styles. Donnie and I are already talking about this next guy, Adriano Moraes. Let's just get to it, Donnie, and take a look at Adriano.
Well, Adriano has got a style really all of his own because he rides with a lot of strength. Not many guys do that. I didn't, and it's been a long time. Jim Shoulders, he rode with a lot of strength. Don't you see his riding arm? It's bent. Wait to see how down it is. Now, they got him in trouble on the little yellow jacket right there. He came around to the right and got him on the ground. But you watch him on Movie Blues. I want you to watch how his riding arm is, and then look at his free hand. His free hand, his elbow is always down. His riding arm is bent, and it doesn't really make any difference what the bull does because he controls his rear end lifted on that bull rope. And I promise he could look up and talk to you on this particular bull ride, and just a great ride.
This is on locomotive thread.
Same thing. Now, this bull has jerked a lot of people down. He broke Cody Custer's jaw. He broke Norman Curry's jaw. You see him fading all the way across the arena. Well, what Adriano's wanting, he's wanting to buck harder. He's spurring with the outside. You know that gets extra points, but you don't have to do it. He does it just because he's almost to the point of being bored. That's when you're riding better than anybody else in the crew, and everybody else is going, oh, man, we can't beat this guy.
Let's take a look at him on Promised Land, Donnie. This is a 95-point ride.
Well, this is where the bull riders are sitting there going, okay, we get it. This is King of the Mountain. This bull goes both ways. He has to grit and strain. He has to hang in. It is a 95-point bull ride, and it's breathtaking for me because very seldom do you see him that fired up and that emotional. Adriano, now this Western Wishes is going to get it on right into his hands. Just, he thinks that this is like a day off to Adriano. This bull is just spinning real fast. He's just using him. It's no problem. But in the bull riding, it doesn't matter if you're having fun, riding good or not. You always got to be careful. You're going to hurt a little bit. Got a little shot in the back on the dismount, but he didn't care. It was a great ride.
Now watch this one. This is on Diamond's Ghost. Watch this up.
Right here, when this bull hits him in the chest, right, boom, he hits him. He's already injured. This is at the finals. I about bucked myself off my microphone. I couldn't hardly believe it. Diamonds goes, does everything but pull a knife on Adriano, and he rides him. Not only gets the whistle, but he wins money in the go-round. I mean, I'm fired up when I watch it right back. It was just great.
Maybe one of the best efforts we've ever seen. Now, can't do this without talking about Tater Porter. The guy came on at the finals, won the finals last year. Let's talk about Tater Porter's style, Donny.
Well, you know, Tough and I have got our plates full of crow. We had to eat crow because everybody said, well, you said Tater Porter who didn't ride good enough to win the final. That is not what we said. We said Tater Porter wouldn't win the final. Hey, you know, we didn't think that he would. After you watch all those films, and Ty, Chris, we talked ourselves into it, but riding whistle stop, not a problem right here. Tater Porter rides this, and there's no way to ride that particular bull any better than Tater Porter just did.
But Donny, he was inconsistent throughout the year. What does he do wrong when he's in one of these slumps?
Well, I think he starts out good, but watch his feet. And well, on Jesse James right there, nothing particular. That bull has thrown off everybody. That's a bad one to try and evaluate, but sometimes he'll weaken a little bit about in the middle of the ride, and he'll start getting off his bull rope and just kind of floating. And I think it's a focus thing, but right here on Red Wolf, 90 points, you see, comes with the outside foot. He's aggressive all the way to the whistle, and that's what happens when you're in that 90 mode, and that's where he was at the World Championships in Las Vegas.
Literally unstoppable. Watch this one on Moody Blues. Small bull doesn't really fit him, but Tater boy.
All right, it's not Moody Blues. This is a good little bull spinning around to the right, just made a great ride. And Tater, you look at him looking out over the top, just made a good bull ride, stepped right down, but his spur hung in the bull rope. I thought we was going to see a great wreck, but we didn't, and that was good news for Tater Porter.
Take one more look at Tater, Donny. This is an 89.5-point ride.
All right, now the bull spinning away from his hand, got him down in the well. He had to make that hard move that I talked about. This was probably one of the best rides that Tater Porter made all year long. He didn't really know the bull, but what a nice bull ride out the rumble seat and got the money.
Tater Porter, remember, he picked up over $400,000 last year on the tour. Still a lot to talk about on this highlight show. We hope you stay with us. We'll be right back.
Guys, he's in Shreveport, the Louisiana shootout. This is the bucking bull of the year, and check it out. Bull turns back into his hand. Look at Adriano. Now he's spurring the bull. You don't have to do this. You don't, I mean, everybody just wants to ride this bull. The guy rode absolutely perfect. Step down. You know, our 90s crew, they don't really have enough points on their signs. They that 93.5, you know, and he's not even out of breath. Get another look at it, around to the left, and just showed you just that this bull is fading 2,000 pounds. He's bucked everybody off in the business, and Adriano just spurs him. I mean, he used this one like a bull that you would instruct on maybe at a riding school, and just steps down almost with disdain. He said, yes, I am here. I'm going to go to every event to take your best shot, boys.
And look comfortable doing it. Then his buddy, Paulo Crimber, wins the next one.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, Chocolate Chip, this little bull, hard to ride, kind of a little Brammer muley and hopping and skipping, and Paulo has to really bear down. And this guy, he's working on his English, been working on his riding, and doing extremely well. He is fired up, 92.5 points, wins the event. Now, I want you to watch it back here. This bull, he starts to the right. Now, look at this. Sets him up. Most of the time, he would have jerked the guy down. Paulo just bears down, just fights his way through it. But the one negative, once he got finished, he tore a groin muscle, and, you know, we'll have to see how that affects him during the year. But right here, there's your champ right here, Paulo Crimber, 92.5 points.
And then we go to the third event. Adriano Moraes does it again, Donny.
Well, Adriano, locomotive breath. Look here, round to the left into his hand. Nice little jump. This bull bucking as hard as he can buck. He is down there where this bull lives. To the left, back to the right. Adriano, hat throw. Does it look like a replay? Does it look like the guy means what he says? I'm going to break every record that I've set. Money record, point record, event win record. That's what he's after, not just anything little. This guy could win over $500,000 in the season. That's one of the things that he's shooting at. But he wants to ride all the bulls. He wants a better riding percentage than anybody in the history of the PBR.
Then we went to Tampa, Florida. Aaron Seamus picks up his first win on Promised Land.
Well, I didn't think that he would ride Promised Land spinning into his hand. Aaron has not had a great year this last year, almost a year and a half. Rides this bull, makes an outstanding ride at one-point landing, you know, but he's up 94.5 points, and it looks good for Aaron Seamus. I mean, he's a veteran. He was beginning to question his abilities, I think. Having some problems at the World Finals and just not getting it done, riding bull 7 seconds. that he does it right here. Look at the guys in the background. They're clapping. Everybody's happy for Aaron because they know that he's still going to be around and he's a factor in all these events.
Great win for Aaron Seamus. Still very early in the season, Donnie, but it's important to get off to a good start, isn't it?
Well, it is, because mentally, you know that you can ride. You know that you belong, but you can buck off of 1 or 2 bulls, and then you're thinking, you know, have I still got it? Am I too old? Am I too young? Am my mechanics right? You know, it's tough to deal with. Winning has its own problems.
The season is young, just getting started. When we come back on this show, we're going to talk about the bulls, the biggest and the best. And we are back. You know, Donnie and I are just talking about sports. It's always great matchups. That's what makes the event. What's Muhammad Ali without Joe Frazier? And it's the same in bull riding. You can't have great bull riders without great bulls, Donnie.
Well, that's exactly true, and that's what the PBR is. That's what it stands for. Professional bull riders has the bulls that match up with the quality of guys that are trying to ride them. The cream rises to the top. In other words, when you get on the bull, your ability means something. If you can ride, you're just basically going to win. And that, you know, there's a lot of attrition in bull riding because, hey, you got to get it done. There's no easy road to winning the championship.
The best bulls in the world. Now let's take a look at them.
Well, you can look at the bulls, and the Harrington Cattle Company has put together a great bunch of them.
Bam.
You can look at Blueberry Wine. Now Robbie, Chad, and Marcus Harrington, they think this is their best bull. This bull just weighs about 1,400 pounds, and he jerks him down. Watch him ring out Nate Thorson, kind of like a dirty shirt, just go, wow, gets him out of there. This little bull has got the whole package. Watch him, he turns out backwards. You think, well, he's going to knock buck. He's going to be a little confused. That wasn't confusing. It was intimidating for the rest of the bull riders in the back.
Diamond's Ghost, another great bull.
Well, this is Jerry Nelson's little pride and joy, and he just had the misfortune of drawing Adriano Moraes, and he's ridden him a couple of times, but that little bull just bucks his heart out, and he's just a lot of fun to watch. You can see Adriano, he knew he did something pretty special anyway. Now, here he comes again. He's going to get Bart Jackson, Dan. Just starts to the right, back around to the left, and then he's going to horn in on your business if you're not careful.
Here's Millennium. Justin McBride is on here.
All right, Terry Williams buys this bull out of Canada, and I mean, he just turns back to the left. This is one that you're talking about could possibly be Bucking Bull of the Year material. He just, did you talk about a launching pad? Leslie Dole thought he lit Louisiana.
He's talking about a little yellow jacket.
Well, this bull, they tried to buy this bull. Terry Williams offered $130,000 for a little yellow jacket. You see Jason Bennett riding him here and just flings him out of there, but a young bull with a future ahead of him. I saw this bull also take another cowboy to the pay window. Just a great draw right there.
Here's Cody Custer on the same bull, little yellow jacket.
Well, he got his feet behind him, whips him down. You know, Cody Custer's a champ of the world, but those bulls can't read your buckle.
This is a bull you know, Donnie, Freckles. Wow.
And ringing out Cody Hart, world champion in 1999. Freckles just gets it on. Watch him go to the left here. Cody Hart thinks he's going to ride this bull. Look at that. Boy, I'm telling you, what a dive. Justin McBride, now, he gets him rolled. He's the first man to cover him, 92.5 points, and the way this guy rides, you heard Tuff and I brag on this kid with a lot of talent. If he steps it up, he can do it all.
About knocked over Tater Porter, he was so happy. Great bull there. Here's Promised Land.
Well, a lot's been chronicled about this bull. He's been Bucking Bull of the Year. He's taken guys to the pay window. What a good bull he is. He just bucks every time, and the guys know what he's going to do, but you still have to get it on. Well, watch Cody Hart. He's coming around, thinks he's going to get there, but it was a tough year for the champ.
Man, oh man, put him in the air.
All right, here he comes again. You just think, just because, now I'm the champion of the world. Watch, he gets him shook loose and just flings him out. Boy, howdy. The ground is hard.
Locomotive Breath. Here's Jim Sharp on a great bull.
Well, Jim Sharp, he shows you that he can still ride, and how fast is Locomotive Breath? I mean, that is lickety-splits to the left. Sharp makes a great ride, 94 points. Jerome Robinson, he's looking on thinking, boy, that was fun. Uh-oh. Owen Warshford, champ of the world, he's knocked out. I mean, this could have been a horrible wreck. You know, all it did was just kind of rearrange his grinners just a little bit, but hey, watch this now. His feet come behind him, left foot comes, you can see it right there. See, come over his back, pop over, right in the lip. There's a shaving scar, gives him another little shot in the solar plexus, and just absolutely lucky that he doesn't step on it.
Here's the bull, Donnie, Dillinger.
Bucking Bull of the Year, Clinton Cessna from Pennsylvania. He got a ride on the reading right there. I mean, he did take a slam dunk. This bull has got more ability, more natural ability than any bull I've seen. The athleticism, watch him here. Chris Shivers, he rides the bull all the way, 96 points. What a nice bull ride. This bull, and he'll check your oil a little bit if you're not careful. Get down there and get up close and personal.
What a great bull. So athletic, Dillinger. And does it every time, Donnie, every time that he comes out there.
Well, the Harrington Cattle Company very proud of this bull. They should be, because he could win the Bucking Bull of the Year again in succession.
Now, you want to start a fight in a bar, talk about the best bull ride you ever saw. There's a lot of people that think it was Donnie on Red One. Some other people will say Troy Dunn on the Pacific Bell, great ride. But there's a lot of people, Donnie, that think Bubba Dunn has that ride.
Well, you know, and I believe that I might have been one that said that too. I wasn't going to pick myself, but I want you to watch this in Tampa, Florida. You watch Bubba Dunn riding Promised Land to the Promised Land. I want you to watch his feet. This is key. He's got to win the deal. He's got to go going away from his hand, free hand, spurring this bull. One of the best rides. This is one of the first times Promised Land ever had an 8-second qualification on him. Get another look, another angle. I mean, it's a dust storm, a whirl dervish around to the left, and Bubba Dunn, I mean, he's doing it Louisiana style, wild and reckless. The Cajun gets it done, 96.5. I just get fired up every time. I can watch it over and over. See him go with the outside foot. Yes. If he doesn't do that, he comes down. You saw him fling Cody Hart out. They ride a lot alike. The same kind of aggressive style. Bubba Dunn made it work. On any given Sunday, these modern-day gladiators can get it done.
Bubba Dunn, and no matter what bull ride is your favorite, that one certainly got to be in the top 2 or 3. I remember when Tuff saw that too, Donnie. He came back. That was a bull ride by Bubba Dunn.
That's right.
Well, we've taken a little bit of everything here. When we come back, we're going to talk about who we think is going to win the 2001 season.
All right, another
the season. We have talked about that, but everybody wants to know who do we think is going to win this season. And Donnie, it's year early in the season, but there's some names that you think we ought to be watching for.
Well, you know, I think so, Dan, because there's guys that we haven't seen yet on television. We've only had 4 events. You know, Adriano, he's won 2, and Paulo, but we got some guys named, there's a boy named Luke Snyder. Don't forget that name. I mean, this kid, he's from Missouri and can really ride. I mean, there's some attrition going to happen, I think, in this 2001 season that we can look forward to. But my pick, my personal pick, I think I'm a little biased, but I say Adriano Moraes is going to make everything happen that he's got set up as his goals this year.
And that is Donnie's pick because it's, you know, when you talk to Adriano, you see his focus. We've seen him ride in the first 2 events this year. The guy is on a mission and riding very well. I'm going to take the easy way out because that's my pick as well, Adriano Moraes. One thing for sure, a great season still ahead of us. We thank you for joining us here on this highlight show, and we'll see you on the PBR Bud Light Cup Tour. For Don Gay, I'm Dan Miller. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everybody.